Welcome to the You Can Fix You podcast, the podcast for all of your mobility needs. New data from Tom Morrison reveals that almost half of UK adults, 48%, say that an injury has impacted their confidence or identity, while 89% believe the emotional toll of injury is wildly underestimated. Nearly two-thirds, that's 65%. Oh, wow. 65%, Jenny, of people say they've accepted certain pains as permanent. 51% saying being able to move pain-free would feel like a superpower.
We went for the whole news report.
The whole news report?
Wow.
So why have we got a news report, guys?
How have we got this data?
How have we got this data? How have we got this data, Jenny?
Because we were on the radio. I know.
Spoil the ending.
Oh, sorry. I'll start at the beginning.
Well, yeah, I was thinking we'd say we're going to be on radio, or we're going to talk about maybe potentially being on radio.
Yeah.
We're going to talk also maybe about Easter, or
And
also
Easter.
potentially going to talk about why Jenny's shoulder keeps falling off.
Yeah.
Are we doing that thing where we're pretending we haven't done it yet?
Like in our meetings, whenever it's the time that we talk about the month before, so we can't talk about the time of the
Yeah.
month that we're on.
We accidentally...
Legit, the most confusing hour.
This is the best intro I think we've ever done.
Sometimes, guys, we have a monthly meeting that we are meant to have at the very end at a month. So basically the very start of the next month. Sometimes we have that in the middle of the next month. And for fun and for clarity, we decide to pretend it is still the start of that month. So the first 2 weeks of the month haven't happened yet. And we make very fun predictions as to what will occur in those first 2 weeks.
Potentially.
Potentially.
And they're always
And
right.
we're so good at it.
So accurate.
Yeah, even like to the penny of how much the income is doing. But so we're not doing that now.
No.
No, we've potentially been on the radio, but we have already been on the radio.
Yes, we've already been on the radio. But we got a survey done of 2005 UK adults. So massive survey done, and it was really interesting to see. So these stats saying that like 2/3 of people feel like some pains that they have are permanent. That included 18 to 24-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, that's
know.
not right.
Imagine, being 18 years old and thinking that the pain you have is permanent.
Because most of the people we work with are like 30 and over.
Yeah.
Partly because we're in that age group, and also partly because that's where most things start to like catch up with you. But you forget that there's still a very young group of people there having problems too.
Yeah, I fell into that age bracket. So I was like 19 when I was walking around with really bad hip pain, and I just thought, awesome, bad hip at 19.
Yeah.
I just thought,
Well,
What's
yeah.
your point of reference? Like, if that's just the way it is.
I think, because you're only ever the oldest you've ever been. And I know.
My brain's
And
melted.
so that's like, oh, this is all of my life so far. And it's very hard to see when you're 20 that you're going to live another 60 years, probably possibly more. So you've barely done any of it. But yeah, you cannot conceive of that time that's going to pass. You can only live in the now. It's a problem that I think we have at every age.
that's why we got to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Tell you you're going to be all right. So yeah, the goal was to get on the radio, but we needed something to be interesting for. So the survey was great for that because it gave us headlines, essentially, and that's what they were after, of like, well, why should we even speak to this person?
Well, yeah, because traditional media has a level of respect and sort of data backing that they need to have in order to have integrity for people to listen to them. And so, yeah, we needed to just have a little bit of extra number crunching behind what we were talking about.
Yeah, and we didn't want to go. So one of the things that media would like a lot would be like a negative spiel on something, or like, this is terrible, or we need to complain about this. But we kind of didn't want to go through that. We wanted to be like, no, we wanted to highlight something that we feel can be changed and that we can help with. So we went with the survey, and it was really, really interesting to see the stuff. And we also got Meg on board.
Yeah.
So.
Meg Robson-Austin, one of our SMMers. How long has she been SMMing?
Possibly our strongest.
6 years
Probably our strongest.
now? Yeah, first message I think was 2021.
Yeah. And it's 2026 now, so that's 5 years.
5 years.
It's 6 months
Quick
ago.
maths.
Quick maths.
Because she went from being crippled, not able to lift her daughter, who was just a baby at the time, because she's like 7 now, to being world's strongest woman and holding 3 world records. So that was the extreme of like, wow, well, if she can do that, what can I do? And then, of course, everyone loved her story, and so she came on the radio with us, with Tom, and shared that with the world, a bit of inspiration.
Oh yeah, like it's a good voice to connect with. Men tend to be drawn towards men, women tend to be drawn towards women, and you connect better with stories that relate to your circumstances. So it's nice to have just a different version of the story of I had joint pain and you know, how did we work through it. And she speaks really well. She's a good public speaker and big advocate for the company.
So we had to go to London to do it. Oh, we thought we did. Interestingly, we found out once we were there that since COVID, most radio interviews are done via Zoom.
Yeah.
So
like what?
we went to London, fully expecting this big studio tour. And
I was expecting like buttons, knobs and dials.
One of them we did. So we were invited to an interview on TalkSport, which is a very big one for us. And that one, we went to a real studio. But because of the fact that it was a real studio, they only had security clearance for 3 of us. Oh, me, Tom, and Meg. Oh yeah, Meg. Of course. I was like, who else? Were there, and that was cool. They had the full buttons. I sent you a video
of it. That was the
of it.
one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So we got to walk around the BBC, and it's huge.
Oh yeah,
it is massive.
It is really
Even
cool.
the lifts are massive.
Yes.
There's just empty rooms everywhere.
So tall. That wasn't the BBC. That was something like TV UK or something.
Oh, okay, right.
Because all the BBC ones, were done via Zoom, and you were like, oh, okay. But they said it's just so much easier nowadays. Which you're like, makes sense.
Because like we could have done it from here technically, but what was cool was the building we were in. They had this little pod in the room, and I don't know if you've ever been in like a sensory deprivation tank or whatever, but this wasn't quite that level, but you'd sit in it and the door would close, and because it's soundproofed, because they don't want any echoes or weird noises, everything just goes so quiet and it's very still. I found it very relaxing and peaceful.
Yeah, as soon as the door was closed, there was a definite like vroom, and just everything just stops.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Which was in a contrast because I think it was News UK, the building we were at. I was trying to check my photos for the signage.
Sure.
When we went there to do the TalkSport one, we still had an outstanding interview to do. That was with Radio Ulster, I think, BBC Radio Ulster. And so it was like, okay, well, that's no problem. Yeah, full of empty rooms, big skyscraper, big like conference rooms, meeting room areas. So you and Meg did that one in one of those meeting rooms. And the echo when I listened to it back on the radio, oh my gosh, it was crazy compared to the soundproof room. Of
course, yeah.
It was you could still listen to it, of course. Like, it wasn't crazy, but the difference there, soundproof booth made us.
It was a really fun interview too, Connor Phillips.
Yeah.
And he's all for it. It was great. Anyone you kind of got on the radio with that was like, I love this stuff, I do this stuff, it was great.
Connor Phillips was doing the movements as you were talking about them. We couldn't see him, but he was like, can you see me now? Like, my team is looking at me. And, that was a really fun interview. Well, what was your favourite interview? Would it been the Radio Ulster or?
Yeah, I think the Radio Ulster one was,
I think it helps as well that he's from around here as well.
Yeah.
So there's just a level of connection.
Crack.
Yes.
Level of crack.
Yeah,
exactly.
Crack is a word that doesn't exist outside of Ireland and Northern Ireland.
Hey, it should.
It should. It doesn't. Like when I was first moved here and asked what's the crack, I really didn't know.
What is the
something broken?
Guys, I don't know what the crack is. Can someone explain to me?
The crack is the banter.
I know now. I know that now.
Yeah. The other one with Joe Wood, it was good fun.
Joe Good.
It was good fun as well. So
good old Joe.
She's 71. She does yoga and she's just incredible. She does the fashion on This Morning and stuff, and she's just a really happy, upbeat person. Yeah.
She was great.
We even had people calling in for that one. The phone lines were off the hook. People couldn't get through because all the phone lines were taken up.
Phone lines were full.
So it was awesome.
So overall, how was we work in the modern media, kind of online, social media, all that kind of stuff. this is our first foray, maybe second if you count the billboards, into traditional media. Kind of, what do you think? How was it?
It was weird because we're used to having immediate data.
Yes.
We send out an ad, we can immediately see who's seen it, what did they do. It's very creepy how much data you can get on online advertising. But with radio,
you're kind of like, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Was anyone listening? Thank you.
Is anyone listening to this podcast? Leave a comment, please. Let us know.
Someone
Are we just talking to
leaves
ourselves?
a comment saying, "No,
Am I
I'm
just
not
talking
listening."
to myself? Are you even here?
Well, there's this evidence to say it's all a simulation. But yeah, so that was weird because you didn't get any feedback. You weren't interacting with people except for the call-ins, which was really nice. But yeah, no, it was good though. It was a different way to share the message, because that was the whole point, to share the message to more people, because there are people who don't go on social media anymore. So we want to reach them and just be like, you don't have to live in pain. You don't. 65% of people feel that the pain they have is permanent. And that is not true. Sometimes it might be true, but most of the time it is not true. There's always something you can do. You just need to find what it is. And which is hard to do by yourself. So that's why we're here.
So is something we'd do again?
We were discussing, so we were working with a company called Broadcast Revolution in London. They set all this up for us, and we had a call with them to sort of say, like a debrief call. And we were talking about next time doing something with TV.
Ooh.
And maybe doing some kind of mass participation event. For example, a world record. So, I mean, if anyone would be interested in coming to meet us somewhere,
that'd be fun.
And trying to do a world record. We haven't decided what yet.
Side plank.
No, Tom wants to do side planks. I don't think anyone would turn up.
The biggest chain of side plank people ever.
No one would turn up for that, Tom.
I would turn up for that
It would
twice.
be you in a field.
Still good. Still a world record.
It probably is.
24-hour side plank. Oh.
No, well, exactly. We did not want to do a duration one.
Exactly.
That would be
It takes the
awful.
point away, doesn't it?
But yeah, like trying to get.
Yeah, we'll just forget a picture, really. Everyone up, 1, 2, 3, done, died.
Exactly.
High five.
So yes, that falls under broadcast's remit in a way, because they do TV as well as radio. So if we could organise that would be amazing and really exciting.
And different sort of creative energy. You know, there's 8 of us in the company, but you still.
So the world record would be at least 8.
But a lot of the ideas come from conversations you have with clients online, or comments, or when we're talking to each other, and you just get a fresh idea. So having a completely separate company who have a different field of influence, just different idea we probably would never have thought of.
No, yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, it's not something we do. Yeah, we have to move away from our computers and do something in real life.
Crazy.
Ooh.
So that was just one of the things we've been up to.
One of the exciting things. Speaking of exciting, on the day we were going to meet the Broadcast Revolution people, we had 30 minutes to walk to the hotel.
Easy.
So we thought we'd take the train, because we had a couple of people with bum ankles. So we got the train. Jenny said, you need to get off at this stop. And Jenny, was it the right stop?
I can neither confirm nor deny that the stop I was telling everyone to get off at may or may not have been the wrong stop.
So we got off the train.
Oh, well, first of all, we
lost Meg. Yeah.
We were split up because the tube, we were racing that we had to be there for 9, so it was rush hour in London. Yeah. Half of us got on the first tube in like wave 1, and then me, Shannon, and Meg were. And you? Sorry.
I was there.
I was picturing you way ahead.
Because I was trying to hold the door back. They are not those sorts of doors.
No, yeah. If you put your hand in a tube door, it gets cut off.
Yeah.
So we were then the second wave, but I was like, get off at Marylebone or whatever, because that was the area of London roughly. But it was not the right stop. No, it was two stops
early.
Yeah, we got off, and me and Lindsay got up our maps, and we're like, this is still a 20-minute walk here to go. And I was like, oh, I'll have to message Jenny and say it. And I was like, oh, there's no signal. And I was like, how's my map open but I have no signal? It's like, what? It doesn't make any sense. And so we all got off. So we all had to run as fast as we could.
So instead of doing a 30-minute walk from the hotel, because Tom and Shelley Tom Hughes had both sprained their ankles, we did a 20-minute walk from a tube station instead. So that 10 minutes
just
that
about
we
10 minutes,
saved.
fine.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
And it was
And we
like a
arrived
sprint.
on the minute.
Yeah.
Exactly on time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Most of it.
Sweaty, red face. Hi, I know it's the first time you've met us. We're not usually this sweaty.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So what else have we been up to the past couple of months?
Easter happened.
Yes.
And we filmed one of our best adverts ever.
Oh, yeah.
Frolicking with the Easter Bunny.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Because we tend to have a bit of creative fatigue by Easter. We have Halloween, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year, Valentine's. There's a run of like 5. We like to do big ads for each one of them, and each big ad needs its own idea. So you get to Easter and you're just like, eggs.
Yeah, and it's been cold and wet and dark, and you're like, I don't even want to go outside.
So we had an idea. I can't remember what the original one was really, but we were like, it's
Easter Bunny.
fine. It's fine. And because of Scrubs being back on the TV, and we were all watching Scrubs, we all were just sitting and chatting one time, and it was like, is there some way that we can use something that we're all just like interested in and enjoy now? And that was where the Easter Bunny romance was conceived, in which Tom needed someone more flung and more sexable than his own wife.
Yep.
His current wife.
His wife at the time.
Oh, that's the one. His first wife.
Past reference to a talk I did that I accidentally on stage in front of hundreds of people said that my wife at the time,
And
while Shelley was there,
and Shelley.
and I meant my wife. At the time I was in pain, but it said my wife at the time, and she shouts, "I'm still your wife."
Great moment.
Despite this comment.
Oh yeah,
So
no.
Easter
great.
Bunny went for I imagine what it would be like to have the Easter Bunny as my partner in crime for hiding the Easter eggs and the Easter egg hunt. And we got a great day for it. We got the best day of the year.
Blue
The
skies,
only
yeah.
warm,
Yeah.
dry.
We were all
day.
wrapped up so much,
Yeah.
and we ended up
I'm so sweaty.
with a pile of coats on the path because we were.
Sequin
warm.
suits in the sun get warm.
In
yes.
fairness, you did have 2 pairs of trousers on
I did.
Yeah, that's.
while doing bunny hops
I did.
and spinning and flying kites.
I
for the-
did.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone guessed who was in the bunny suit. Did we get any comments about that? Anyone? I think one person asked who drew the short straw to be in the bunny outfit. Well, we can
Fair,
reveal that it was, in fact,
Shannon.
Shannon.
She did a brilliant job.
Oh yeah.
Amazing
Cracker.
job.
It's very hard to do when you don't have your face.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to use
Your body.
Or
tilt of your
tilts of the
head or
heads, yeah.
you know
She
to
was so
convey
good.
emotion, and she was brilliant at it.
Enunciate
Yeah.
with your body language.
Yeah, enhance. That was
Yeah.
part of her old job back
Mhm.
in the open farm she used to work on, when she used to dress up for the kids. So it was a public farm.
We did have people walking past with their kids wanting to say hi to the Easter Bunny.
People-
And Shannon was like, "I'm so hot." Hi.
But she'd get photographs taken with these little kids, and she was really in her element, despite being boiling hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. So we filmed it over 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Second day wasn't as warm,
No.
but we all
No.
got fancy clothes on in the back garden to
Yeah.
stand and do the second
Yeah,
half.
and it felt like it was quite a gap between the 2 filming days, and it felt like we filmed a lot of stuff in between. Like to
It
me, the
was a
past couple of
week,
months
I
has
think.
just been a sprint of like film.
Yes.
I mean, you did talks at Avenge CrossFit. I've done 3 of those. I know those are like once a month, but it feels like they've all kind of come.
But yeah, on top once a month on top of normal shoots, plus an ad shoot, plus the London trip,
Yeah.
and you guys we've done like other little
you
ad
went around
shoots.
town and all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
It's been a lot
There's
of.
just been a lot going on, and like I feel like that can catch up with you sometimes, where you maybe to get a bit more time back to yourself, you maybe skip out on some things. Have you found that's affected your training at all, or like your mobility or your daily habits?
Definitely, I've toned my training down a good wee bit. So to me, when I say I'm barely training, I'm not training, I still do stuff every day. Like I'm still doing mobility every day, and to me, doing pull-ups and lunges and body weight stuff and all that, to me, I'm at a stage now where I'm like, that's not really training because I'm not lifting heavy things or pushing myself enough.
Sure.
So I've just been doing the maintenance, taking over kind of things. So lots of resistance band stuff and mobility work just to keep everything at bay. But yeah, nothing. I haven't been pushing myself as much, and you've had lots of stuff.
Well, just sorry on that before we get to Jenny. When I was coaching full time, and you were taking 3 or 5 classes a day, even if you didn't train, the amount of demo reps you get in is astonishing, and you don't realize the benefit until you no longer do those, and you're like, this movement just doesn't feel as good as it used to. But because you're making videos every day, like shorts, you're, without realizing it, maybe doing a lot more demo reps, because you're like, oh, I need to do this exercise, just got to warm that up a little bit or wiggle before I do it. So that there's a lot of inbuilt mobility into your kind of routine anyway.
There was a video I did the other day where I warmed up for us sitting in a squat because I wanted to present it in a squat, and it was an 8-minute long video, and I was sitting in a squat.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah, right.
It was the video itself ends up being 30 seconds, but between the lines, I was going, what am I going to say next? While sitting in a squat, and so at the end of the thing, I'm getting up from the squat, because if you've ever sat in a squat for a long period of time, it's so funny. I'm like, and I feel great, and then I'm like, I come out of the squat because I've been there so long. It was hilarious.
Yeah, any position for 8 minutes is gonna.
Yeah,
it's gonna catch you.
Yeah.
And you don't notice the time pass because you're thinking, you're just you're
What am I gonna
so
say
focused
next?
on the other thing. Yeah, totally.
That was funny.
So about you, Jenny?
So I definitely have gone through weeks where I've not done as much, but so to combat that, I've been relying on classes more. I've started 2 new classes, which is great because like when you're training yourself and you're tired, it's hard to be like, right, what am I gonna do now?
This little chest.
Yeah, but when you're like, oh well, I'm gonna go to this class, there's a coach there who's just going to tell me what to do. And there's other people. And you can adjust your intensity as well, because when you go to a class, you can push yourself and you get pushed, which is great. But you can also be like, you know what, today I'm just going to go for the experience and the fun of it, the social element, the break from work, the break from routine. So that's what I've been using to help keep my training a little bit more consistent. Nice. Even though it's been tricky to fit in what I normally do.
We know you're a spreadsheet girl and everything fits in nicely. And you've got it all right. So do you find adding in classes makes that more challenging because there's an element where you're no longer in control of what you're doing, or do you find that okay?
So because I suppose there is that there's no coherent plan because it's multiple different things. Yeah,
it's not the same class or gym for everything. It's a mixture of things.
But I have probably over the last couple of years, I haven't been working towards any particular goal. So I have just more vague numbers in my head that I'm like, as long as I can maintain these or maintain certain skills, I'm not worried about that lack of plan because I know that I am roughly getting stronger or at least maintaining things in a
which is similar to what Tom's saying, is like there's just baseline movements that he wants to still be able to do and feel, and it works.
The time thing's a big one for me. Like I'll train more if I've got a period of time of like, I have 2 hours here and I have nothing to do. I'll go in the gym and be like, I'm gonna lift this, I'm gonna lift this, I'm gonna do this, you know what, I'm gonna do 100 pull-ups. That's kind of the way I do, but because we've been so busy recently, it's like I need to write a script or make a video or do something like that.
There's not many 2-hour windows anymore.
I just kind of put myself to the back, which I shouldn't do. I should focus more. So, but we always have our training session, apart from today because we're filming the podcast.
Yes, should have been this morning.
So like minimum once a week, we're in the gym doing some kind of machine stuff and playing around with things.
Body's all feeling great.
I'm feeling fine. Jenny's not.
I feel like that was a lead-loaded question.
It's a not so subtle segue.
No. Body's not great. I have had a shoulder injury, which I first noted in my spreadsheets last March.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I felt like
so it's been a full year. And ever since March, it became more and more frequent. Because, yes, okay, I still track everything in the spreadsheet. It's just who I am. It's become more and more frequent until in the past 6 months, like from...
Do you highlight it in red as like shoulder?
No.
No.
Sometimes I put an exclamation mark.
Okay.
If I'm feeling...
Mildly annoyed.
Yeah, it's a spreadsheet after all, you keep it professional.
Yeah, sure.
Since probably November, December, it was getting really bad. So I thought, like, I already have a labrum tear in my right shoulder, the 6mm tear, and it caused me pain for a long time. But I rehabbed that using strength building. So I got my shoulder so strong that it almost didn't matter that the labrum's torn. And
because you were still doing handstands, you're still doing like pull-ups and all that kind of, like, a lot of upper body strength movements that people think or hear they've got a labrum tear, they're not going to do those things.
Totally.
But you were still able to do them.
Yeah, and even when I went in for my scan on my left shoulder, they asked how the surgery went on my right shoulder. I was like, oh, I didn't get the surgery, and I'm pain-free now. So, like, it's not the usual course necessarily, but it worked for me. And I made videos, and they're on our YouTube channel, and it's everything that I did, and it's helping other people with their shoulders too. So when my left shoulder went, I was like, well, that's fine. I know exactly what to do. It feels like a tear. So it feels exactly the same as my right shoulder, but at the time I didn't know. So I was just using the same stuff, and nothing was helping. So yeah, it comes to like December, November last year, and I was like, okay, I can't do any more by myself. I need to get help.
Yeah. Like, you tried rest, you tried rehab exercises, strength exercises.
Well, Australia, when we went to Australia, I was like, well, this is my final 1 month rest. Okay, I didn't rest at 100%, but I rested it a lot more than I normally would have. And I was like, if a month of rest
almost nothing
doesn't help.
Just some dips on one day.
And pull-ups.
And pull-ups and other things. Yeah,
just
sure.
a few things. Remember how I edited the burpees so I didn't do the push-up?
Sure.
There we go. See?
Rest.
Edited the burpees. Edited the burpees. Gonna use that now.
So yeah, I tried to get via my GP and through our insurance. They told me that I had good shoulder movement, so I didn't need to worry.
That's the frustrating thing with hypermobility. It's like, your
Yeah.
shoulder moves great. Well, of course it does. It moves too much.
That's the issue.
Exactly, yeah. And so it was probably just impingement. And I said, this is not just impingement. I know what impingement feels like. But she gave me exercises for impingement anyway. I did them because you're like, well, I should at least try it. What if it is just impingement? Didn't help at all. I went to a second physio, which I definitely recommend. Like, don't, if you get an answer you're not happy with, go to another physio. And I pretty much told him I'd already seen someone treated me for impingement, and they said that my range of motion's fine. And the first thing he said was, of course your range of motion's fine, you're hypermobile. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, he gets it.
He understands. So yeah, there are physios who have different specialties, different levels of knowledge in different areas. And so then he started getting me on rotator cuff strengthening, but from everything that I'd said and that he'd tested, he was like, yeah, this does seem like a tear. Sent me off for an MRI, and last week I had it, and yesterday I got the results. So these are very fresh, and yes, there is a tear in the labrum, which I think is bigger than the right one. It didn't say a millimeter level for some reason, but the contrast dye that they used to see it was leaking between the 6 o'clock position and the 10 o'clock position. So it could imply that the tear is 30% of the labrum. Then,
which, for anyone wondering, like a 30% tear for some people can be totally fine.
Oh yeah.
And it might not even, you can have up to 50%, and if you rehab it right, it might not need any intervention whatsoever. But your problem.
But yeah, there's a second thing that I think is more of a problem. There's a 1.2 centimeter cyst in the joint, and it's in I think it was in the glenoid, it said, and it was in like the posterior aspect. So like there's a cyst in the joint that's 1.2 centimeters big, that something is leaking into or that's caused it.
You got a leaky shoulder?
Yeah.
Plumbing issues?
So what I'm thinking is that who knows how long I've had the tear for. I hurt this shoulder many times, subluxed it many times. Is it only the cyst that's causing the pain? Because something's there in the shoulder.
It's almost causing like a blockage.
Well,
Because a cyst is just like it's a lump of something.
Yeah.
It can be hard. It can be squidgy.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and that's all the information I have right now. Like all I've had is the medical or the MRI report. So I haven't had the follow-up yet. So that's scary because you read all these like medical terms on the scan and you're kind of just sitting thinking about it.
Yeah.
And when I read it, of course, my shoulder started hurt more. And that was the same thing that you've been through as well when you got your scan results. As soon as you were reading it, that there is a problem.
I felt 100% fine, and then I read my MRI result that said I had 2 disc injuries still, disc herniations, protrusion, extrusion, and I got back pain that day and was like, no, I'm fine. So yeah, your brain is a wonderful thing, and I think the biggest problem for you is because you've got the 2 things. So similar, I was relating back-to-back injuries. If I've got someone with 1 disc injury, it's like, get over yourself, you're fine. You're not really, but if you've 1, it's not that bad. But when you've got like 4, it's like, okay, well now you've got discs that are like impinging on nerves, and one's going, and the other one's going, what? Oh, okay, and now you've got 2 things working against you, and they're starting to feed off each other. So I think maybe that could be what the case is for you, that labrum tear would have been just fine, but the cyst is going, so labrum tear is going, and then they're both kind of starting to join in. So when you got multiple things going on, it makes things a little bit harder.
Totally. So it's going to be interesting to see what the advice is, because cysts can be drained. And then that could be, I find out that once that's drained, the tear is actually not the issue itself. Because this is like something that we also say too, is that if anyone got an MRI scan of most parts of their body, you're probably going to find something.
Yeah, I'm trying as much as possible to
not
avoid ever getting one, because I will freak out.
Because who's to say either of those things are causing my issue? You know what I mean? Like, you're probably going to find something, especially in backs. We've seen studies that you MRI a healthy spine, and that with time there will be herniations because natural wear and tear in the body. So seeing those things in a very sterile medical way, no emotion has been written. In fact, they called my shoulders unremarkable again. Which
that's an insult.
Really insulting.
Yeah.
AC joint is unremarkable.
Vicious personal attack.
My MRI read that I've got probable supraspinatus impingement and also early AC joint degeneration as well, and I haven't had any shoulder issues for many years, like many years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So there's always a pinch of salt to be taken with these things. I suppose what's in my head is that I have been rehabbing it for almost a year because I didn't start straight away. So that is the question mark. That what else can be done? And I'll be interested to see what I'm told when I go in and see. This
isn't advice, but if it was me in your situation, because I know everything you've done, I think you have exhausted the movement route of stuff. And it'll be interesting to see what your physio says with these results to see if there's anything new to try. But for me, if it was me, I'd be like, well, if I'm going to get a cyst strained anyway, I may as well get the labrum tear repaired while I'm at it, kind of thing. Because it's a keyhole surgery. So to me, obviously, it's one of the things that this is the worst thing in the world right now for you because it's happening to you right now at the time, and it is, and it sucks, and it's just like, it's not fair because you want to feel 100% pain free, but in the grand scheme of things, which is hard to think about, it's like not one of the worst surgeries you could ever have to get, kind of thing. So it could be so many worse things. So it's kind of like, to look at the positives, I suppose. But it's like, if it was me, I'd be kind of like, I have been trying to work at this for a while. I might see.
Because is that the same surgery that a lot of CrossFit athletes get for their
slap
tears?
So they get a
slap
That's
tear.
the one, right? Okay.
So that would be when
it's a bit different
the long bicep tendon at the top, or the so it stands for like superior lateral anterior posterior tear of the labrum. So it's the superior. Yeah, I used to think it was a slap tear.
That's a really aggressive
you slap
moment.
Someone and you tear. So that's the superior aspect, which means the top of your labrum. which is where your bicep long tendon comes in. They specifically mentioned that my long head bicep tendon is normal. So it's the posterior glenoid labral tear with a spinal glenoid cyst, notch cyst. So that's a slightly different part of the shoulder than would be regular to repair. Like, it's not the most common, but it's still, as far as I know, a high success rate surgery. But this is what I always worry about with surgery. You're cutting your body open, you're traumatizing the tissues, the muscle, the tendons. I don't know for sure because I don't want to Google it, but I think in order to repair a labrum, this could be totally wrong, that they have to take out your shoulder from the joint. Because your shoulder's in the labrum. That's how it works. So to get to the labrum, wouldn't you have to take your shoulder out?
No, they just scoop round. In fact, they won't even need to cut you. They're able to just phase
I
through.
might be so off. Like,
Don't read it, Jenny.
No, I'm not going to.
What they do,
But
right? They anesthetize you.
And they give you hugs and kisses and you wake up fine.
They do the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Non-invasive. Perfect.
Yeah. It just surgery freaks me out so much that for me it's the last option, and I try not to think about it.
That's
but I
fair.
think I should learn about what labrum surgery entails.
Yeah.
Do you know you've had surgery in your ankle before?
I have, but that was when I was young and didn't think about it. And I noticed no real benefit from that. Neither did Shannon. We both had ankle surgery for hypermobility, and neither helped.
The thing was, I mean, so this has been a more than a year-long journey. I mean, this instance of flare-up has been a year, but for other people who are going through stuff like this, where ongoing pain or issues, how do you kind of stay on track, not going into like too much of a spiral? Because I think you just have to accept that everyone's going to have a spiral of some extent.
Yes.
And how do you sort of stay positive or curious, or like how did other
Spreadsheets, Jenny, huh? I said earlier that you're the expert at being injured, pretty much, because you've hurt everything all of the time and learned how to adapt so well. And yeah, of course you get grumpy about it, but you always figure out, okay, what can I do currently? And like, you've got a labral tear in this right now, and we've been going to handstand classes, we've been doing pull-ups, we've been benching, which is one I would have said not to do.
Only a couple of times, and
Oh, it doesn't count
It's
then.
just a small bench.
It's like calories don't count on Mondays.
the physio did ask, like, when I said I'd reduced my upper body training, he was like, and what does reduced mean? Like,
Not every day.
I only do it like twice a week now instead of 4 times. Halved. Yes, I am doing as much upper body training as I can. And that is on purpose. I am trying to be sensible, but if I just let my shoulders get weaker, then that's going to lead to a whole other set of issues. And sometimes I'll start something and go, oh no, I should not have done that. But most of the time it's beneficial. And I'm using this time to really improve my lower body, which always needs work. And it's...
Yeah, you reverse deadlifted, behind the back deadlifted 150 kilos the other day.
145.
145?
Yeah,
You went for the
close.
150?
Plus clips.
Plus clips.
I did the 150 first, actually, because the coach I just did a 140, and he asked what my 1 rep max conventional deadlift is. I said 145, so he was like, well, let's try 150. So a 10 kilo jump at my 1 rep max. For a behind the back deadlift, also called a hack squat sometimes, so the barbell is behind your legs. And
Hack squat or hack deadlift?
Gareth's called it a hack squat.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it is more of a squatting movement. You use more of your whole leg. It's more of you push with the quads as well as the posterior chain.
If you've got tight ankles, it's a hard one. You
I think
squat
JP
into
would
it.
really suit it, actually, So 145 kilo hack squat behind the back deadlift. Not something I'd ever really done before. I'd done it once with you guys at a seminar we went to with Ranger Strength. It's not like I'm getting weaker. Yesterday I was picking up like 100 kilo sandbags, so there's still a lot of... I'm not avoiding strength, and there's lots that I can do in the meantime. But I think I definitely get grumpy and annoyed and upset and embarrassed, because you're like, I should be able to do this. And you go through these thoughts in your head of like, I should be able to pick up something over my head.
All over yourself.
You should never shit on yourself. So I think people is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, having people that understand, oh yeah, you're just adapting something right now. Going to the second physio really helped too, because it was the first physio really disheartened me, but the second physio, it was like, okay, we can do this. We can work on this. And I believe you. I hear what you're saying. I hear your concerns. Wasn't dismissed. And it was like, this is a plan, and we'll get there. So having those people in your life, professionals or friends or family, just to encourage you is so important. That's not always easy to have. I'm very lucky to have you guys around me and to have the ability to go to multiple physios, which is why I think our online community is so important. We can be there for people who don't have that in-person support.
Yeah. Because anyone on the outside to look at you, it's like, you know, oh my goodness, she's so strong. Look at her doing pull-ups and all that stuff in the gym whenever we're training and stuff. And it's like, if you would say, oh, that person's got a labral tear and is this in their thing? It's like, why can they do things I can't do? You know what I mean? So if, for you, being injured is, you can still do a lot, you know, which, you know.
I think a lot of that just comes down to the approach. So, I mean, you got the whole principle of lengthen then strengthen, and the idea is that you work on your flexibility and then strengthen the flexibility. I think you've got a very flexible approach. As much as you put constraints on things, is that you're okay with, right, we'll try a different thing, let's give this a go, let's give that person a go. But you're also strong, and you have strength in your belief that, no, I can do this, and I should still be able to do this, and that's a good should. It's like, I should still be able to move and do things that excite me. It's not necessarily rigid of, no, I should be able to do that one thing. It's like, no, it's an overall capacity of, I'm a capable person that can do capable things. I think that's a really like good asset to have, not just in your training and how to approach strength lifts, but in your mindset and how to approach training.
Yeah, trusting yourself that you've been through stuff before and you can do it again. Sometimes you get tired, and especially with a chronic condition. So Tom, you'll have this, like my hypermobility, you get regular tendonitis flare-ups. Like there are some times it flares up and you get a setback and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this again. Yeah. But then then you come out of that and go, I have done it before and I will do it again. And it's like, you just have to have that more, you've proven to yourself, rather than, I can't believe this is happening again. You're like, I can do this.
Yeah. And anytime you get back into that motivated mindset again, you're kind of like, oh, you.
Yeah.
You know, at your silly, annoyed self. You're like, come on. What else are you going to do, really?
Yeah.
You got to get on with things.
Exactly.
You got to keep pushing.
Time's going to pass anyway. You may as well
I'd be
try.
so glad that you kept something going and you're still in a good place to be doing what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So if people are looking to have that kind of sort of flexible and strong approach, where or what should they do? Where should they go?
They should go to tommorrison.uk and they should check out our programs.
Shoulder and posture fix, mate.
Shoulder posture fix.
Posture
Oh,
fix
if you got shoulder
relevant.
stuff, shoulder posture fix is a good one to start with. The reason it's a level 2 is because it's a massively long, chunky course. So it's like, you got to commit to it and run through all the sections. So the level 1 stuff's very like, here you go, this is very easy to do and you can kind of get on with it. Whereas shoulder posture fix is like, whoo, let's go. So very beneficial, but you can start with it if you want to. So.
Yes.
And then the community on Facebook is a good place for support, and just if you don't have people around you physically, we can be there virtually.
Exactly.
You got this.
Exactly. With lots of biceps emojis.
There was a lovely post the other day. It was just so many people commenting on someone else's post saying, I can't remember what it was. There's so much different things every day, but it was like, you know, has anyone ever came through knee pain or whatever? And you've just got so many people going, yeah, I've got arthritis, my knee feels great, I've got this, my knee feels fantastic, and you just got so many people.
Well, yeah, because it's not just us, it's everyone.
Us,
yeah, everyone in the group is so positive. It's awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
See you in the next one.
That's a wrap.
We can fix you out.
You can fix you out.
Bye.
The podcast for all of your mobility needs.